What's up, everybody? My name is Malcolm Winston. I am the author and creator of the book Peep Volume 1. I'll also be a teacher for the video course. Now, as for today, we have a very simple video. It isn't really much of a lesson per se. Rather, we're going to use this time as an opportunity to establish some familiarity with one another, as well as anybody else who will be joining the class. We're also going to discuss what you should expect from the video course and book as a whole, as well as a few rules. First things first, let's introduce ourselves. So as I stated in the beginning of the class, my name is Malcolm Winston. I am a songwriter, beat maker, audio engineer, and as of recently, an author. I've been playing instruments since the age of 4. I started on the drums and then switched over to the piano at the age of 11. And at the time of this recording, I'm 27 years old and have over 20 years of experience with music. From the ages of 11 to 15, I was mentored by MBG, or Master Blaster Greg, from Rockmaster Scott and the Dynamic 3. Now, in the 1980s, they were known for making songs such as The Roof is on Fire and The Request Line, both of which were pretty popular songs in hip-hop at the time. When I was 18 years old, I graduated from the Institute of Audio Research with a certificate of completion for 900 hours in studies in audio engineering and sound production. Now, since graduating from the Institute of Audio Research, I spent years forming my company, Tree of Life Entertainment, LLC, which exists to service musicians such as yourself with beat leasing, mixing and mastering, and education in both music and business. And at the time of this recording, I am 27 years old with over 20 years of experience in music. Now, I'd like for you to take a quick moment and introduce yourself as well. You don't have to be as descriptive as I was, but I would like for you to at least comment your musical name or your formal name, whichever one you'd like to go by. Let us know what your occupation is. Leave a link to your music or tell us where we can find your music. And at least one social media handle, preferably Instagram or TikTok. I'll be reading all the comments and I'll respond to each of you and follow you on either Instagram or TikTok, or subscribe to your YouTube channel. You can go ahead and pause the video if necessary to leave your comment, then move on. As for our next slide, what to expect. Point number 1. This book/course was created as an educational tool. So what I specifically mean is there's a lot of information on the internet, primarily social media and YouTube, regarding the music business. Now, I'm not going to shame anybody in particular. In my personal opinion, I feel that a lot of what's being talked about today is just used for the sake of short form content and not really meant to be educational. In this book and course, we'll be discussing real principles that are applicable to your career, regardless of what stage you may be in. Real knowledge on music business has little to do with whether or not you're famous or you're already making money. The principles are the same for independent artists or signed artists, whether you're a beginner or you're a seasoned pro. Now, there may be times where I'm offering tips and short ideas that you can implement, but nonetheless, this book is not a get-rich-quick book, nor was the course created in a similar format or fashion to what's popular today. I will be providing you with a real education. Now, as for point number 2, the book is objective while the course is subjective. In other words, the book is very objective in the sense that there's just a lot of facts and a lot of ideas that are just laid out for you to read straight through, while the course is a bit more subjective in the sense that I try to make those principles and ideas relatable to you. There will be more examples and it'll be a lot more descriptive. So basically, we're just going to expand and expound on all the concepts that are written about in the book. Last but not least, the book does come with a syllabus as well as a few other tools that you can use to help you along your career. There is a link in the book for you to access the syllabus as well as all the other content that was created to go along with the book and course. That link can be found on page 1 of the book. The page numbers are on the bottom right-hand corner. So on page 1 of the book, there is a link that says, to access your resources, click here. From there, you'll have access to the syllabus and all the other resources. Now, moving on to our last and final slide for this video, we're going to discuss some basic rules, which is really just one rule. The only rule that I have for the course is that you be respectful. Please do not make any derogatory comments regarding anybody's race, religion, political, or sexual orientation. Remember, this is a place to learn, and if someone has an opposing idea to yours, don't attack them, degrade them, or insult them in any way. It's all right to disagree. It's all right to discuss your disagreements in the comments. Just do so in a respectful way. Now, your respect that you have for one another as well as me should also extend to the book, the videos, and all of the resources. Both you and everybody else who has access to this information had to pay for it. Please don't share it with anybody else. It would be very unfair for anybody who's paid for this information to watch somebody else take advantage of it for free. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next class.